I almost forgot you. Was anybody watching to see how long it took him to find a stick? Oh. Well, we are set up and ready for camping. Took us about 2 minutes. We've been to this place a dozen times hiking. This is the first time camping here. We've hiked here a couple dozen times. We love this area. And this little camping area has always appealed to me. My reluctance has always been that it's next to a game lands, and I think this is kind of like for hunters. But it's not part of the game lands, and it says no hunting zone. It's lots of signs all over the place, and they're not all shot up. So we're going to camp here and do some hiking and enjoy the stream a little bit. And check out the lithium battery. The solar, as you can see, is kind of pointing in the wrong direction. It's pointing north. It might get a little sun in the middle of the day, but I doubt it. So we're really here to check out the new lithium battery. We're going to be running the heater at night because it's going down to 25 degrees, which will actually make me turn on the heater. I like to keep the inside of the camper above, hopefully around 45 or 50. It's not too bad with long underwear on and slippers and all that stuff. So we'll be testing the lithium battery. So stay around and we'll show you the campsite and some of the neat things about this area. So as I said, the solar panels are really facing the wrong way, but according to my monitor, the solar panels are pushing out just about the same amount of electricity that the fridge is using. The refrigerator uses a certain amount of electricity to keep the electronics and the igniter and all that stuff running. So it is pushing out some, even though it's not really in direct sun, it's actually in mostly shade. So, and the batteries are 100%. So we'll see how that lasts through the night. We'll see how our power consumption works with the battery. Alright, we'll give you a quick tour of the campground. That's the parking area over there for hikers. There are some sites over there. You can see kind of the white through the woods, and there's our site. Now for a quick tour of the bathroom, that's it right there. Unless it's inside the trailer, of course. But this is a neat place. It's surrounded by game lands, hunting forest lands preserved for deer, wildlife, habitat, and it allows hunting during certain times of the year, which right now it's deer season, and like an idiot, I forgot Akila's orange outfits and my orange hats. We were in a hurry to get out, and we're kind of dragging on until I got some caffeine in me. So we're gonna have to paint his stick orange. But these are hikers right here. This is a church group that came to hike. And let's walk around and show you some of the neat things in this area. This will be empty, except maybe those campers over there. They've got a generator going, so I assume they may stay the night. There are a lot of paths and roads through this brush. Some of it is old car roads or people that just run their Jeep in to camp, and some of it's wildlife roads. The fun thing about having a Keeler along is that he's pretty good at finding the wildlife stuff. And up here, this is a fresh buck scrape from this morning, and I don't see any felt from the antlers on the bushes or anything, and I don't see a lot of scrapes. But that's what the bucks do. They scrape down to the dirt and then they pee on it to attract the females. I'm gonna have to put him on a leash. Right next to this is a field, so, and that is outside of the no hunting zone. So I imagine that somebody might be sitting there waiting to shoot a deer coming out of this woods into their field if they were smart. And hopefully we will be safe in our little foam A-liner. There are a few campsites along this river. This is a hatchery supported river, but this is one of the campsites. When we came in, this was occupied, or we might have taken it, but the problem I have with these along the river sites is the bathroom possibilities are very limited, and somebody would be in the water as soon as possible. But they have a nice fireplace. Somebody was obviously here. It's a pretty nice stream. He wants to go in, but he's not allowed to. No. The markings on the trees show the boundary of the wild forest. I'm not sure if that means the wild forest is to the left of those, towards the stream, or away from the stream. But it's pretty nice over there too, on the other side of the stream. Way down at the end of the driveway into this parking area, this is a little campsite here. We could have drove in here. I was a little concerned about turning around once I got in here, but it's a really nice place. I guess I'd probably have to back in, but somebody was down here this week, obviously. And this is really like two campsites if you come with friends. You got this side over here, which is a pretty big area for a tent or a very small trailer. And it's where the stream combines with another stream over there. So the stream gets a little bigger. And there's a beautiful rhododendron mountain on the side of the stream over there. But here's it's connected up to this other little, I suppose I could have just drove out over here, just done a horseshoe loop. But not very flat, and I hate to say it, but I'm not real big on listening to water running all night. I have enough problem getting up in the middle of the night to pee. But there seems like across the road, across the stream here, there's a road, which I don't know whose property that is, if that's game lands or what, but it was blocked by a rock slide, which is why all these rocks are there. Take you to the fireplace. Go on. I told you he was great at getting firewood. It's no lie. We're making a pretty good fire here. I could do a whole series on bushcraft, but in case you weren't aware, this is the bark of sycamore trees, and there's a whole lot of them here, and they drop this all around. They just shed their bark constantly, and you can pick it up and break it up, and it's just the best tinder in the world. You'll see how fast this fire starts because we've got a pile of this at the bottom, and despite all the wood being slobbered on, it'll burn pretty good. Out. This is his one log from the fire. He's not allowed to touch any of the other ones. So I think it's getting time to light the fire. It's getting dark. The sun has gone down. Some of the people have left. The parking lot is getting empty. So I think I'm going to get the lighter and light the fire. There are a lot of bushcraft channels on YouTube. Make a fire with flint and steel or whatever they use, bow and stuff like that. In my opinion, it's just as easy to carry a lighter. Now this is a long lighter because I carry a gas stove, but this is an easy fire to light. As I said before, that sycamore bark works real good. He's going to get really mad if I throw his stick into that fire. Out. Out. One arm stays warm, the other one doesn't. I guess I should switch arms, huh? Out. Out. All done. He does eventually get tired, but he just doesn't have any brains to stop. Oh boy. Fire is the most primitive thing we have, you know. It brings back our Neanderthal roots, tribal memories. When the wolf came out of the forest to lay by the fire with the natives. Out. It is getting a little cold out here. It's about 44 at the moment, and it was 55 at noon. So temperatures are dropping. We'll be in the trailer in a little while. I'm going to cook. I think I'm going to cook inside the trailer. I'll bring you in for that. But I had some trash I wanted to clean up. I wanted to establish this fireplace. This is a great little campsite. I wanted to fix it up a little bit because especially people that come in the winter, colder weather, the off season, it's a really nice place. It doesn't have good solar because of all the trees, but Like they're down there. They're in a good solar spot behind me, but they've got a generator, so what's the difference? Hi folks. It's a cold night outside. It's down in the 30s already. We're having our pretty typical dinner if you've watched my videos for very long. Dinner often is a sandwich, and we're having ham and cheese. We're making it here instead of usually, sometimes we go to Subway, but we also have some homemade squash soup, butternut squash soup that I brought frozen, and all I'm doing is heating it up in hot water on the stove, essentially double boiling it, and hopefully that'll be toasty hot before I get done with the sandwich. And that's our dinner. We've got the furnace running. You can probably hear that. It's toasted up nicely. I did put up some insulation on the corners, on the sides of the A-liner. If you watch Slim, he's always saying pool noodles. But one of the things I don't like about that is it pushes the roof out. So I put them in spots where they fit just tight, but you don't want to put them where they're really going to push in there and push the roof out. So be careful of that. But we're toasty in here. I think we've got it up to 60 degrees with the furnace running pretty good. It is dragging down the battery pretty good. It is just a 100 amp hour battery, and according to my little app, it's down to 93%, which it's only 6 o'clock. It's only dinner time, so we'll hope that that lasts through the whole night. And we won't use it during the night. We'll be snuggled into our sleeping bag, and we'll just turn it on when we have to get up, and hopefully it'll be fine. But stay tuned. We got more coming. See you at breakfast. All right, we're gonna eat dinner. Hopefully the propane will hold out. Good morning, folks. It is Akila's wake-up time, which is 5 o'clock. We got 2 hours before sunrise, so you can't really do much. We just the battery test has been pretty good. We're just having some oatmeal and tea. We have the stove here, and we just boiled a little pot of water. The battery test was pretty good. It kept the furnace going all night. Once or twice it seemed like we were running out of propane, but apparently not. I think it's just the propane bottle gets so cold it won't produce the gas enough to run the furnace. So I had to like reset the furnace because it thought it ran out of propane. But it's cold. It's I think it's down around 25, 26 degrees. Water outside is all frozen. Everything's all covered in frost. And this of course the A-liner leaks like a sieve. All the connections and all the aluminum connections and everything, they're like open windows in reality. So it's pretty cool in here, but the furnace does bring it up. We got it up to 60 just now, so I could get dressed, get out of the sleeping bag, get dressed, and take him out to see if he needed anything. But he goes outside, and the only thing he does is pick up a stick, so I assume he doesn't really need to pee or anything. What are you doing? But we'll get home and we'll review the battery. The little monitor says it's only down 90%, so that's pretty high for a whole night of running a the furnace and the lights, and I guess there's not anything else except the fridge. But right now it's charging my phone and it's doing a good job there. The phone went dead, probably more because it was cold than because the battery was dead. But we listened to podcasts during the night from about 7 o'clock till 9, so that probably did run the battery down a little bit. But so we're gonna eat. Waiting for this to cool down a little bit, and clean up and pack up, and hopefully that'll be light. And we'll head back home and check everything out. We'll see if going down the road, if the solar brings the battery back up at 200 watts of solar. If it's only down 10%, should bring it back up in 2 hours. So we'll see. But I'll sign out here, and if I've got more information, I'll put it on the end. So stay till the end, and we'll see you on the next video. We're going to Raleigh for Thanksgiving, and we're going to camp out at Jordan Lake. So we'll have that. Akila's girlfriend, Bonnie, will be there, so that'll be fun. Thanks for watching. If you stayed this long, you're my good viewer. Thank you. And we'll see you on the next video. Bye-bye. I have to keep moving because of the smoke and him. I'm afraid he's going to get his tail in the fire. Set the whole world on fire out here. Out.